Here we'll take a glance at a number of the foremost common financial mistakes that usually lead people to major economic hardship. Whether or not you're already facing financial difficulties, steering away from these mistakes may well be the key to survival. 1. Excessive and frivolous spending. Great fortunes are often lost $1 at a time. It should not appear to be an enormous deal after you obtain that double mocha cappuccino, or have dinner out, or order that pay-per-view movie. But every little item adds up. Just $25 per week spent on dining out costs you $1,300 per annum, which could go toward an additional MasterCard or auto payment, or several extra payments. If you're enduring financial hardship, avoiding this error really matters after all. If you're only some dollars off from foreclosure or bankruptcy, every dollar will count over ever. 2. Never-ending payments. Ask yourself if you actually need items that keep you paying each month, year after year. Things like cable television, music services, or high-end gym memberships can force you to pay unceasingly but leave you owning nothing. When money is tight, otherwise you just want to save lots of more. Creating a leaner lifestyle can go a protracted thanks to fattening your savings and cushioning yourself from financial hardship. 3. Living on borrowed money. Using crediting payments. Ask yourself if you actually need items that keep you paying monthly, year after year. Things like cable television, music services, or high-end gym memberships can force you to pay unceasingly but leave you owning nothing. When money is tight, otherwise you just want to avoid wasting more. Creating a leaner lifestyle can go a protracted thanks to fattening your savings and cushioning yourself from financial hardship. 3. Living on borrowed money. Using credit cards to shop for essentials has become somewhat commonplace. But whether or not an ever-increasing number of consumers are willing to pay double-digit interest rates on gasoline, groceries, and a bunch of other items that are gone long before the bill is paid fully, it isn't wise financial advice to try and do so. MasterCard interest rates make the worth of the charged items an excellent deal dearer. In some cases, using credit may also mean you'll spend quite you earn. 4. Buying a brand new car. Millions of new cars are sold annually, although few buyers can afford to purchase them in cash. However, the lack to pay for a replacement car may mean an inability to afford the car. After all, having the ability to afford the payment isn't the identical as having the ability to afford the car. Furthermore, by borrowing money to shop for a car, the patron pays interest on a depreciating asset, which amplifies the difference between the worth of the car and also the price bought it. Worse yet, many folks trade their cars every 2 or 3 years and lose money on every trade. Sometimes an individual has no choice but to require out a loan to shop for a car. But what percentage consumers really want an oversized SUV? Such vehicles are expensive to shop for, insure, and fuel. Unless you tow a ship or trailer or need an SUV to earn a living, it will be disadvantageous to buy one. If you would like to shop for a car and or borrow money to try to so, consider buying one that uses less gas and costs less to insure and maintain. Cars are expensive, and if you're buying more of a car than you wish, you would possibly be burning through money that would are saved or want to pay off debt. 5. Spending an excessive amount on your house. When it involves buying a house, bigger is not necessarily better. Unless you've got an outsized family, choosing a 6,000 square foot home will only mean costlier taxes, maintenance, and utilities. Does one actually need to place such a big, long-term dent in your monthly budget? 6. Using home equity sort of a money box. Refinancing and taking live of your home means gifting away ownership to somebody else. In some cases, refinancing might add up if you'll be able to lower your rate or if you'll be able to refinance and pay off higher interest debt.